been called up to come into Seattle. 75 have been deployed to Seattle tonight, the other 120.
I am also taking swift and decisive action to protect our great capital, Washington, D.C. What happened in this city last night was a total disgrace. As we speak, I am dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers, military personnel, and law enforcement officers to stop the rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and the wanton destruction of property.
Hello everyone, Alfred Johnson coming to talk to the patriots of all races, the patriots of all races, in particular to my brothers, blacks, and definitely our brown brothers and sisters, the brown patriots all across the country, as well as our white brothers. Listen, y'all, we're all in this together, all of us. Listen, those of you who are in love with America, you love her as founded, you love the Constitution, you realize what we have here in America, what a beautiful situation we're living in, and we have the opportunity to continue its prosperity, to continue its peace, to continue its influence on the world. We have the opportunity to pass on something glorious to our children. Are you there? I'm calling upon all the patriots out there. Listen, hear what I'm telling you. Get ready to share. Matter of fact, like and share. Send it to as many people as you can, okay? Because people need to hear the good news of what's taking place under this president and how it's impacting our people. Because I'm telling you, you're not going to get it from the regular news outlets. You're going to be thinking I'm lying to you. Many of you have listened to the programs that you've heard, and being that you haven't heard it, you're thinking I'm lying. So instead of checking them, what they've been telling you, you need to go ahead and search for the truth. And you'll see that what I'm telling you is so. These things are documented in government. By the way, we have blacks and Hispanics and all kinds of races that are in FBI. They serve up there. They serve in all areas of government. If there were a bunch of lies being put forward by Trump and his camp, these folks would be able to properly report. Whenever you have heard these people accuse Trump of anything wrong, notice how he has never been found wrong. Never. All their stuff from Russia to obstruction of justice to you name it, these folks have come up with some stuff. All of it just falling to the ground because they're lying. The reason why is they're lying. Oh, don't you understand? They have attorneys after attorneys after attorneys after attorneys. None of it stands. That impeachment was a sham. Did y'all see that thing? The Democrats look like a bunch of children on that side. Emotional, bunch of children. No substance, no facts, a bunch of sheer nonsense. Folks, let's go ahead and wake up. Beautiful things are happening under Trump that's affecting the entire country. Democrats, we need y'all to get on board and stop playing games. Especially those of you who are moral Democrats. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all see all the mess that's taking place out there? You're going to let them lie to you about the conservatives who are trying to preserve religion. Those of you who are Christian Democrats, as far as I call it shame on you. I don't even understand how you are. They are for everything immoral, and their attack is on the church right now. Your own church, they're ready to listen in California. They're ready to shut this stuff down. They don't support your morals, and they have you convinced that morals are just basically for church, and the Bible's for church. Matter of fact, they've closed you in. And your moral values, they don't give a lick about your moral values. And so sad, everything you stand for, they're against. And I'm still wondering this very day, I'm still wondering, what are you voting for? What are you voting for? And I still don't have a good answer. And I talk to Democrats all over the place, and I don't understand you. I don't understand our God-fearing Democrats. I don't understand you. I don't even, matter of fact, I'm sorry, but it makes me question whether you might be God-fearing. Oh yeah, I said it. I don't see how in the world you have these folks promoting the killing of babies even to the point of after they're born. These folks, your leaders, people who are run for president, they support the killing of a baby even after it survives abortion. I mean, have we lost our minds? And do you see what the party is doing, the Democrat Party is doing in California, where they have literally passed legislation to lower the age for having oral and anal sex with minors. What in the world? And you just continue to just vote like it ain't a problem. It's yeah. Go ahead and do your thing. But remember, I think that every one of our actions is going to be something that we have to give an account for before God. You better wake up. You better wake up. You better wake up. There's only one party and one president who's fighting for religious rights, religious liberties. One party, one president, trying to change what our kids are being taught in school, because your children are being taught a bunch of nonsense, which is the reason why they're these violent uprisings up in the North Country, and some trying to come here to Florida. They're being educated with a bunch of nonsense. They've learned to hate the United States of America, the greatest nation on the planet. They're behaving as if what's happening in our country in terms of its prosperity is normal. They think that every country looks like this. The younger ones, they think that every country is like this. They think that every nation has the benefits and the blessings that we do. They think that it's common. So now they end up attacking some bad elements of the country, and they want to overthrow the whole thing. We got to get our children on some airplane somewhere, some boat somewhere, and let them go and experience some tough areas of the world. Then they'll come back to America with a little bit better perspective. But how about this one? We're going to go ahead and talk about another thing that the Trump administration has done that is absolutely remarkable. How about the things that deal with sex crimes, sex trafficking, and things of this sort? Victimizing our babies. Now, you do know that a lot of the people that they're sex trafficking are, number one, they're coming from single family homes. Number two, they're coming from runaways. And they're also coming from the state systems, foster care systems, and things like this. And of course, the prostitutes, just regular prostitutes on the street. But these folks, listen, among the single parents, that's huge. You got to listen to me on that one. Don't get upset with me. These are just facts. These are facts. We got to deal with them as a race. Okay? In that single parent family, a lot of victims are coming from sex trafficking because of that. There's a lack of supervision in the home. These children are being sucked into a lifestyle that's a dangerous, dangerous lifestyle. And I'm not saying that it can't happen with the couples. Listen, I'm having to fight with my own family because some say, hey, listen, it is what it is. This is a tough world that we're in. Do the best we can and press ahead. It's just that per capita, we're dealing with a single family issue. Hey, we better go ahead and start checking what we're doing. And then the foster system, and then the runaways. But let me tell you what's been going on here. In 2018, the Department of Justice dismantled an organization that was the internet's leading source of prostitution-related advertisements resulting in sex trafficking. This is taking place under Donald Trump. These are laws that are now where the president is literally unleashing the Department of Justice to track down these organizations that are preying on our babies, our wives, our children, our youth. Oh yeah, this is happening under President Trump as he goes to rescue our babies. The Trump's OMB published new anti-trafficking guidance for government procurement officials to more effectively combat human trafficking. This is huge. This is huge. And he's unleashing these agencies to combat this. Beautiful. Trump's immigration and customs enforcement, Homeland Security investigations arrested 1,588 criminals associated with human trafficking. Now, this was taking place before the recent ones you're hearing about, if you're even hearing about them in the public media, on CNN and MSN. You're not even hearing that. You're hearing a bunch of little, funny cat stories and little dog videos and all kinds of little cutie things and misinformation. You guys are not even hearing how these busts are taking place, where these people are preying upon our women, preying on our little girls and our little boys, and trading them in sex. And by the way, the sex trafficking is growing at a rate that's faster than any other kind of trafficking, including drug trafficking. And the reason why it's growing so quickly is that once you use a drug, you use it up. But you can take a lady, a girl, or a little boy and use them again and 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 again. And that drug doesn't wear out until after a while, until you've used them all up and then you just discard them. This is what happens in an evil world that doesn't fear God, that doesn't love people. Well, the president has taken an interest in stopping it globally. I like it. Trump's immigration and customs enforcement homeland investigators have arrested 1,588 criminals associated with human trafficking. Beautiful stuff, y'all. Trump's Department of Health and Human Services provided funding to support the National Human Trafficking Hotline to identify perpetrators and give victims the help they need. Oh, the president is behind this by pushing this effort to expose these sex traffickers that are preying on our babies. Now, why wasn't this done under the previous administration or the Bush administration or the Clinton administration or Bush 1's administration? No, this stuff is happening under President Donald J. Trump. I admire this initiative. And you have Democrats fighting this stuff, boy. And why are they fighting it? Why are they fighting it? Some evil stuff going on, people. There's evil stuff going on. There's stuff that's so bad that I wouldn't be comfortable sharing it on these programs. And there are people in politics that are behind it, and you better wake up. And Trump is shaking this stuff up. Folks, let's wake up. Let's wake up, you hear me? All right. Let's see what else we have. The hotline established by the president, the National Human Trafficking Hotline, or the support for that hotline, rather, identified 16,862 potential human trafficking cases. And that's beautiful. This is what the president is doing, everybody. And by the way, what does it mean to us as a race? It means everything. These ladies have value that's beyond their bodies, for crying out loud. Have we devolved to such a degree that we actually think that their physical value is greater than their soul's value, their spirit's value? No, all of these policies here have real life human consequences. And by the way, you help a mother out, you help a female out, you've helped the entire race out. If you help a little boy to reclaim his manhood, you've helped us all out. You've helped our race. You got to wake up. There's a slave trade for women, little girls, and boys. Trump is battling it. And while you're fighting against him, he's fighting for our ladies and our children and our little boys. You're fighting the wrong battle if you're fighting Trump. I argue that you might even be fighting against God. You better wake up. I love you. I esteem you. I value you. We're fellow Americans and we are patriots. And we're interested in the restoration of those good moral values that make for a healthy community and a healthy country. I love you, folks.
I am also taking swift and decisive action to protect our great capital, Washington, D.C. What happened in this city last night was a total disgrace. As we speak, I am dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers, military personnel, and law enforcement officers to stop the rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and the wanton destruction